All of the countless living things that inhabit our world are made up of cells, the essential structural and functional units, frequently called the basic building blocks of life. Cells are often defined as the smallest units of life that can replicate themselves independently, because for the most part, they can't be seen without using a microscope. The microscopic view of the non-living onion cells seen here have been specially stained to highlight their features. As we can see, each cell consists of a small walled compartment, and it is because of this feature that they were given the name cells in the first place over 350 years ago. Today, biologists classify cells into two basic types. The first are the simple prokaryotic cells, which lack a true nucleus, such as the cells of bacteria. The second are the much more complex eukaryotic cells, which have a true nucleus, such as this animal cell. The nucleus is a round, dense, membrane-enclosed structure that contains most of the cell's DNA, the deoxyribonucleic acid molecules containing the genes that regulate the cell's activities. The nucleus is surrounded by a substance known as cytoplasm, which is filled with an array of complicated structures needed to keep the cell functioning. The cytoplasm is always enclosed in a plasma membrane, also known as the cell membrane. In addition, certain types of cells, including those of plants, fungi, and bacteria, also possess a tough outer cell wall that surrounds the plasma membrane. The vast majority of prokaryotes, such as these bacteria, are microscopic, unicellular organisms, meaning they consist of just one cell without a nucleus. Some eukaryotic organisms, such as this tiny amoeba, are microscopic and unicellular too, but their cells possess a nucleus. However, most of the creatures that have nucleated cells, such as these trees, these fungi, these giraffes, and these fish, are made from millions, billions, or trillions of cells, and so are known as multicellular organisms. The diverse cells that make up the bodies of multicellular organisms usually develop from the single cell of a fertilized egg by a process known as cellular differentiation. The cells of multicelled organisms are often arranged into layers called tissues. The tissues are often arranged into complicated organs. And organs often work together with other organs to create organ systems to carry out difficult tasks such as digestion and blood circulation. It is important to note that viruses are in a category all their own. Much smaller than the smallest bacteria, viruses are not quite alive and aren't considered to be cells. Viruses possess genetic material and are capable of replicating themselves, but they can only do so by taking over the machinery of living host cells. So viruses represent a bridge between the living and non-living worlds.